What's crappening? What's crappening? I got a couple of things. I want to play a little bit. I got some fun things I want to show you that I've picked up, that I've learned playing guitar and trying to still learn to play guitar. But after the last video that I did, it hit me that and I'll just tell you, if you haven't watched it, it's okay. And then it wasn't for you to watch. And I'm not making videos to get watches, to get likes, I don't have a studio. Let me just tell you what I want to talk about, okay? And then I'll tell you a little bit more about myself if you want to know and what I'm doing here. And I'm trying to talk loud. This is just through an iPad, no fancy cameras. I don't have any of that stuff. Maybe one day, who knows? Maybe. Right now, this is what's getting it done. But after my last video, which really meant a lot to me, and golly, can I just tell you, the response from that. Number one, thank you for the responses. What I'm going to talk about today is your contribution to life, to people. What you have done for people that you don't even know, man. You don't even know. And I want to talk to you about that. Give me just a second. Let me just get this couple things out of the way. It's something I've had to learn. And if I've had to learn it, then I know other people have had to learn it too. And so maybe this makes it a little easier for you to learn it. For whoever. I'm just passing along stuff I've learned, and I'm just doing what I'm told to do. I'm led to do these things. I'm told to do these things. It's even handed to me, man. Hey, Gary, this is what I want you to talk about, and I need this to get to somebody. Whoever that is, I don't know. We don't always get to know, man. We don't always get to know. Sometimes that kind of sucks, I get it. But we'll talk about that in a second. I made myself laugh. I'm goofy, I know. I hope it makes you laugh. It's a serious subject, and the last video was a serious subject too. It was such an honor to read some of those comments that, man, it's a good possibility I could have never have gotten a chance to read those. So thank you for whether it was Spirit-led for you, God-led for you, universally led for you, however that video got to you. And your comment to me was, man, I'm so glad I saw this today. I needed it. Dude, or dudette, whichever the case may be. That's fantastic. That's freaking fantastic. I can't tell you how awesome it was in words. But I do want to talk to you about your contributions to life and what you've done for people that you don't even know. I say this all the time. I'm not good at this, so just bear with me, okay? If I repeat myself, hey, I'm just going to. It just is what it is. I'm not editing it. I'm not cutting stuff out. And I'll try to make it short if I can. But, hey, they go on however long they need to go on. I'm actually wasn't doing a video tonight. Some of them I plan on, okay, I'm going to try to do one on a Monday. Not every Monday. I don't have that much time. But I do what I'm told to do, man. When he tells me I need you to do this, well then, by gosh, I got to do it. So tonight's one of those nights. I was actually sitting down here learning some songs. Don't tell my bandmates that I don't have them done yet. Here, check it out. I'll show you. I'll show you exactly what I was learning. I'm not going to tell you what they are. You tell me what they are. That'll be kind of fun. Okay, let's see. was one of them. I can't sing any of it because then that's a dead giveaway. But man, that's going to be a fun song to play when I get it right. Here was the other one. Let's see. Okay, here's the other one. Let me turn this off. I may not get this part right here in a second. So good. Golly, thank you guys for writing that. That's so good. I didn't really give it justice right there, but God, so good. Check it out. So I've been playing some pretty cool guitars, some pretty fun guitars, and the last one I had, I call her old Red. That's just that guitar came from a very dear friend of mine. And it's just been called Old Red ever since the beginning, ever since its inception. I think that's what it was called when it came off the assembly line and said, this guitar's got to make it to Gary, call it Old Red. So that's a Gibby that I have there that I've been, golly, so fortunate to have it. This one, because I thought it'd be, I broke this one out just because, number one, I really love this guitar. So it's not a Gibson, okay? It's an Epiphone. I'm not a guitar snob. If I pick it up and play it and I like it, it makes me smile, man, I'm in. I don't really care what it says up here. That doesn't faze me. It doesn't bother me. But this one, I got on a trade. True story, okay? I hope my wife is listening because she doesn't believe me most of the time. But I got it on a trade for a guitar way less. Now it had a twisted neck. It was in kind of rough shape really, and I never could get it to play right. But a buddy of mine, Steve, I don't think he watches these, but Steve is a fantastic setup guy. It took him hours to get this thing right. Did a little fret filing on it and the truss rod adjusting and all that. He got it right. So now this thing plays like a dream. They're cool. It's the, if you know who the band In Flames is, their guitar player, Bjorn Gillette, I think is how you say his name. Fantastic player, great band. It's his signature guitar, hence the bottle opener on the back. And I haven't really scratched this one up too bad. But it's played a couple, I don't know how really. That's pretty amazing actually, because it's played a couple of shows. Got the classic 81, 85 EMGs in it. I think it's called a Metalworks or something. There might be something different about the 81. Don't quote me on that. But it's a mahogany guitar. Grover tuners on the back. It's an Epi, man. It's an Epiphone, and it's one of my favorites. Now it's a higher line Epiphone. I get that. Well, that's not your basic level Epiphone, Gary, blah, blah, blah. I understand that, but I have one of those. It's a Trad Pro, the first one. Now I think they're up to Trad Pro 5, I think now. This was one of the very first ones, and it is absolutely a burner, man. It is one of my favorite guitars. But this one has got the classic 59 neck on it. I love those giant necks on these things. Like the Wild Audios. You've seen me play a couple of those. Or maybe you haven't. I don't know. But I really like those guitars. And I like this thing with that 59 neck on it. This V, it has that as well. It's got that 59 neck on it. That's the Brett Hines. I'm actually getting ready to put strings on that bad boy. I broke a string on it. But yeah, man, super cool guitar and one of my faves, without a doubt. Yeah, kind of neat. Just thought I'd show it to you, just for fun. They're great guitars. Really fun to play. Grover tuners on the back there. You see your little sticker on there. Blah, blah, blah. You can look them up, see, you know, what factory they came out of and all that. It's got his cool signature on the truss rod cover there. A little bit different custom emblem there. It's kind of neat, and the inlays are beautiful. You see it's binded on the, I think it's five-way binding, I think. I don't know. I'm not a guitar expert. There's other people out there that do that. So look them up, you know, there. I keep saying I'm going to show you my presets on my Helix. I'll do that on a separate video, just a separate video. I've been doing some work on mixing your own band and that kind of stuff, and so I'm just keeping that separate from this right here. What I'm going to call Guitarovation. I don't know why, just because. But listen, what I want to, this has already gone on so long. What I want to talk about is, after looking at some of those comments on that, I'll just tell you, if you haven't watched it, it's a suicide awareness video that I just was led to make. It's something that's affected me, my family, my immediate family, my distant family. It's affected all of us. And it's affected you. It's affected people you know, people that are close to you. Maybe they're not. Doesn't matter. It needed to get out there. It doesn't matter what it was for, man. It wasn't for me. But those comments ended up being so freaking cool for me. So thank you. If you commented on that video, and you're watching this right now, man, I know I tried to comment on every one of them. I tried to reply to every one of them, and maybe I have. But what I want to tell you right now, right dead to your face, is thank you. Seriously, thank you. Because I don't want to lose somebody over something that maybe could have been fixed. I want to hear more about your life story, man. I want to hear more about your guitar stuff. You know, some of you commented about your guitars. You know, hell yeah, let's talk about guitar stuff, you know. But, okay, let me get on to it. So I got to thinking, and this has been weighing real heavy on me here this entire week. And, let's get this guitar in the shot. Yeah, it's got to be in there. And it's just been weighing real heavy on me. What have you contributed to your life and to other people's lives? And one of the things that happens in those situations, like that last video, when people get down, they get out, they just get beat down, man. I've been there. We don't have to talk about my story, but I can tell you, I've been there, and I know what it feels like to think that you've done nothing, that you've not contributed to life. I'm going to prove that wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong right here in just a second. And it's so friggin' easy, and it still blows my mind. But when you look around at the people, when you look at the people around you, and let me just go ahead and prove it to you right now. So maybe you think you haven't done that much. Maybe you think you just go in and you do your job, and I don't know what your job is, but you think it just doesn't mean anything. You could not be there, and that job would be filled by somebody else. Let me tell you how wrong you are. Number one, don't speak that on yourself, man. Don't speak that on yourself. Number two, acknowledge. I like to say, I get ribbed over this a lot. I like to say, when you see somebody without a smile, give them yours. Okay? I know that's nerdy. I know that, it doesn't make you any less manly. I'm a caveman, dude. I ask my wife. I'm telling you, she will flat tell you. I'm a knuckle dragger. I'm a man. I own a pair of boots. I made a comment in that last video, or in one of the comment sections. If you don't own a pair of boots, I don't respect you. Now I was saying that jokingly, but you see what I mean. It could be a proverbial pair of boots. It could be mental. It could be are you ready to put your boots on and go to work, man, and get stuff done? That's what I'm talking about. The proverbial boots. But I do say, if you're a man, you need to own a pair of boots. So if you don't, go get you some. Go get some. Or have enough money to pay other people to do stuff for you. That's fine too. If you've went that way, okay, cool. But the point is recognizing that you have affected other people, man. You've affected other people. Something you said, something you did. Somebody is always watching. Always. Maybe it's your kid, maybe it's your nephew, niece, maybe it's your best friend. Somebody's always watching. Don't get it twisted. Somebody's always watching, and you're an example to somebody. So I say, put your boots on, man, and be the best mother effing example that you can be. You know what I'm saying? I don't cuss. That's as close as I get. But freaking go out there and kick some ASS and let the haters hate, man. Let them hate. Who cares? Let them hate. Show them what you're made out of. Show them. You know, give them. Woo, this is good. Give them a reason to hate on you. Go ahead. Do it. Give them a reason. And so that you can say, see, told you so. I'm telling you. Now, how can I prove to you that you have made a contribution to somebody's life? How can I prove it to you? This is so easy. I want you to think of somebody. You know what? I started to say significant. It doesn't matter. Think of somebody in your life and think of how they've impacted your life. Think of a situation that you may have been sitting at a family gathering or at a friend gathering or just you and that person. And you said, oh man, you remember the time that we were XYZ and you said to me, blah, 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 blah. And then you remember you picked up that blah, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know your situation. And I couldn't bring one up for myself personally, but whatever that situation. And their response was, oh man, no, I don't remember it. Tell me about it though, but I don't remember it. It was just them being who they are, man. It was just them being them, but it meant something to you, right? They influenced you. They impacted your life with something they said or did, but it was just them being them to them. You see where I'm going with this? Now, that's just one example. That's just one example. Here's the second example. I might have a bunch of them before this is over. I'm going to try to make it. No, I'm not. However long it is, that's how long it is. Here's the next example. Think of, just pull somebody up in your head, and anyone, maybe somebody that's significant to you, or that's that has influenced you or has had a deep impact in your life for whatever reason. And think of how maybe something they said may have made you feel. So whether it was negative or positive, okay? Now I'm trying to stay on the positive side here, but keep in mind, man, I said this earlier today on my... So every Monday I do a post on my Facebook page. Just Motivation Monday. That's all it is. I'm just trying to spread positivity, man. I'm not there's trail makers and there's trail takers in this world. You got to figure out what you want to be, and either one is fine. But I am going to be a part of the movement that is bringing positivity back around. No matter who's president, no matter who's in power, no matter what, man, there's no reason to lose positivity. No reason to. So hang in there and stay positive. It's all going to work out. It worked out for the last 4 years. It'll work out for this 4 years. It's going to work out. I don't care who you voted for. It doesn't matter to me. I'm voting for positivity, and I'm voting for let's win. That's another thing. Thank you, Lord. That's another thing. When it comes to winning, I'm getting off track. I'm going right back. Don't let me get too wild here. When it comes to winning, life's not a competition, man. You know how I know? I mean, he who dies with the most toys wins. I get it. But do you know how I know it's not a competition? Number one, I'm a pretty competitive cat. But yet, I want you to win. I want you to win. That tells me it's not a competition, man. It's not. I want you to win. So, back to what I was getting to. I get no notes. Maybe I should start doing notes. Maybe. Back to what I was getting to. That person influenced you and impacted your life significantly. Man, it might have. I can tell you right now, I can think of a couple situations where my life changed. Man, my life changed because of something somebody said to me. The first thing that comes to mind. I can. Maybe I'll do a thing on that, but I can promise you, changed my life. And I don't even really think that person knew how heavy that was for me. They just did what they did, said what they said, and went on about their day. But that crap was heavy on me, man, and it changed my life. That's what I'm saying. You've done that to somebody. You've done it to somebody. And if you haven't, get to work, man. Get to work. Get on it. You got stuff to do. You commented on my video. Some folks were ready to leave this world, man. You were ready to go. Some of you might be. I don't know. That's not what this video's about, but I'm just telling you, some of those cats were ready to go, and they didn't. You know why? Because they got work to do. They got stuff to do. I saw it in their comments, man. I'm so happy and so proud of some of you cats. You put your boots on, and you went and you said, I got to get to work. I got to get busy. And let me tell you, if this video, right wherever the camera is right here, if you only reach one person, hear me out, okay? If you think about it that way, let me tell you how this goes. Maybe you reach one person with something you say or something you do, and you think, well, I've lived my whole life to reach that one person. That doesn't make any sense. I understand that. I understand where you're coming from, and you may not even get to know it, and sometimes that can be frustrating, but you got to do what's right even when everybody else is doing wrong. You do what's right. You do what you're called to do. You do what you're led to do. You keep on keeping on, man. You keep on keeping on. Keep fighting the good fight. Because here's the thing. Go drop a stone in the pond. One, it gave me cold chills, son. One stone in the pond. Drop it in there. It's just one stone. It's just one rock. What's the big deal, Gary? What's the big deal? Watch the ripples that it makes. And they'll carry all the way across, depending on how big that pond is. They'll carry all the way on across, man. Look at the ripple effect that causes. That one person you reached, that you touched, that you did something for, that you bought that hamburger for, that you said something to, that they saw you do something that was an act of kindness. That one stone, man, can leave a legacy for you. In a sense, it's not he who dies with the most toys wins. It's deeper than that, man. Plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. You don't have to be there to watch them grow. Just run around planting seeds, man. That's it. That's what we got to do. You want to see things change in this world, you got to be you got to be the trail maker, not the trail taker. Ask my kids, they'll tell you, oh, here he goes again. There's two kinds of people, trail makers and trail takers. There's nothing wrong with either one. But you have to decide what you want to be. Don't let other mother truckers decide for you. Don't do that, man. You decide, okay? Your contributions, they mean something. And they have meant something. Don't let people tell you different. That was almost clean. That's it. I'm out. Peace.